Hey yo fellow pretzels, it's me, Earphone Pretzel. So, 1 year ago, I made a video called Everything Wrong With Miitopia in 17 minutes. And that was pretty much it at the time. It became my most viewed video as time went on, and throughout that time, browsing through comments, Discord servers, and just generally speaking to other people, that's when I realised that there's more things wrong with Miitopia than I already pointed out. Which led to the production of this video, mainly as a way to not only thank you for 2,000 subscribers, but also to create a video where I could say something like, we made the video. Because this video will also feature sins commented by other people in Everything Wrong With Miitopia in 17 minutes. So if anything, these can be considered missing sins from the first video, and at the end of this video, we will add up the sins from this video with the sins from the first video, and that will be our final total. So without any more delays, it is time to actually finish this. NPCs still talk about the Dark Lord when you beat the game. But I killed the Dark Lord. What are you talking about? The fact inns are everywhere, even in places where they can't reach, like Otherworld. So, Otherworld becomes a location for quests in the travel sub after beating the main story, which would technically mean the word about Otherworld's existence was spread out to people all around the world. So, inns being built there where people know about Otherworld's existence, I can somewhat understand that. Somewhat. But what I don't understand is, who built them there in the first place when no one aside from the ex-Dark Lord and the Dark Lord knew about Otherworld's existence? F***ing sickness. It's so useless. And I'm honestly surprised at myself for not saying that in the first video. So, I won't add this additional sin to the counter because this one is on me for forgetting to add this the first time. Since quite a number of comments are mentioning the macho gear, I shall also send that for them. And, yeah, I do not like it either. How does the roving photographer take pictures of speech bubbles? Also, if you have your menu up at the moment the game decides to take the picture, he sells you a picture of the menu. His camera goes beyond the fourth wall! So, I guess this counts as a breaking the fourth wall sin. Also, roving photographer, you may charge me for the photo, but did you forget I could just do this? In the 3DS version of the general boss fight, when it attacks the noble son, it shows the punch doing 500 damage. But for some reason, they chose to remove that small detail in the Switch version. Karosmo made a video showing both versions of this cutscene simultaneously, which I will link in the description below, so you can see the differences between both versions for yourself. I just don't know why they chose to remove that small detail here. That does kinda stink a bit. We never know exactly who was this godly voice who helped during the adventure. It doesn't sound like much of a big deal, but the more I think about it, the more I really want to know who this divine being really is. Have you ever noticed the frame drops in the Switch version that were not even present in the 3DS version? How did this happen? What exactly caused certain areas of the game, like cutscenes and combat, to tank slightly, when it was never an issue in the 3DS version? How come other Miis in the Travelers Hub have jobs themselves, like the MC and his/her team? The way they were granted their abilities is by the God in the Antique Charm, or Guardian Spirit, or whatever international version of the game you own calls him. But still, how did they get these abilities too? Are they giving out these antique charms for free in like boxes of cereal or some shit? This might not be much of a big deal considering this could be worked around, but your collection and villas don't have a filter option. This wouldn't really matter much to some, but if you're looking for a Mii with a specific name or a job to add to your team, you'll have to find them manually. I'm mainly calling this a sin because I decided to get 3 of my vampire Miis from the villa, which would help with level grinding, but I had a bit of difficulty finding the Miis I was looking for. But again, this may not matter to some, so you can decide for yourself whether you'd consider this a sin or not, but as for me, I'm gonna count it as one. So the post-game has this really weird paradox, like, the game has the typical refight the final boss trope, so the Dark Lord is still in Otherworld. However, if you save the Dark Curse, which happens after you've beaten the Darker Lord, the Reborn hangs out in New Lumos. So, either this fight happened, or it just didn't happen at all. Game, make up your mind. Did we save the Reborn, or is the Dark Lord still alive? You can't have both, because that makes no sense at all. Also, what did he actually do here to make this happen? He said that he will summon the Tower of Dread, and then it just suddenly appears on the map. What kind of unknown power does the Reborn still possess to make this possible?